Although commencement exercises recognize the end of the K-12 education, it's not really the end of learning for these individuals. As this chapter of your life closes, know that we'll be opening a new one. Opportunities will appear and choices will be made. The further along you go, successes will also be experienced. Ralph Waldo Emerson once said, "One life has breathed easier because you have lived. This is to have succeeded." My parting words of advice to this graduating class is, if there's ever a chance for you to help somebody, help them. Help yourself to learn all you can. A short little story here. My grandmother was recently interviewed by my daughter for a school project through this distance learning time of our education. And she asked, "Great grandma, what advice do you have for me growing up?" And great grandma responded with, "Learn all you can, good, proud." We are in unprecedented times. You will gain strength from this. You will come back because of what you have endured. As many of you know, to commence means to begin. Therefore, I wish the best to these young men and women as they are ready to begin their adult learning, their occupations, and their works and
Thank you, Mr. Kirk, and welcome everyone. I would like to introduce to you all the wonderful people sitting up here this evening. Dr. Eric Heisig, Superintendent of Bagley Public Schools. Can you stand for just one? Thank you. Tony Kerr, Bagley High School Principal. Wendy Foltz, School Board Director. Amy Grover, School Board Clerk. Raymond Honganosh, White Earth Reservation District 1 Representative. Alan Roy, White Earth Reservation Secretary Treasurer. Kim Holverston, Administrative Secretary and Senior Class Co-Advisor. Carol Vick, Indian Education Director. And last but not least, Belinda Schimmerhorn, School Counselor. Please help me welcome them in their efforts to make this ceremony happen. There are a few others I would like to recognize as well who are not sitting up here with us, but have played a tremendous role in helping us organize this ceremony for you all today. John Sutherland, Brandon Goodwin, and the local law enforcement. Keith Larson and our students with Media Crew 162. Troy Reynolds, Brenda Dukek, Don Brinkman, and Tom Lotto with KKCQ 96.7. Joni Erickson, Jane Christ, Farmers Independent, Sean Peterson, Perry Nelson, and last but not least, our spectacular custodians. This took a large number of people working together to make this happen so we can celebrate you, the graduating class of 2020. Please help me thank them. Wow, so here we are, celebrating an amazing graduating class of students. This class has made such a memorable impression on me through their years here at Bagley High School. The first memory I would like to share is when Mr. Christensen and I had you all cooking pancakes and sausage in the home ec room. We had never seen such a wonderful group of kids working and learning together. When they all sat down to their group tables, they bowed their heads and said grace as an entire class, every single one. This brought tears to our eyes and reassured us that this class is definitely one of a kind and unforgettable. The second memory I would like to share about this class is the ability to have any reason to party or celebrate. When I had this graduating class as freshmen, they found any reason to put food in my classroom. JC was always bringing cookies or chips to share with everyone, and Kennedy always had the pizza and breadsticks covered. This graduating class has also had their fair share of trials and tribulations that life can throw at you. There are some students in this class who have had to overcome adversity and maneuver through several obstacles to be here today. I am so incredibly proud of each and every one day. Each year, the student body elects a leader to their student council, and this year, Corey Bonnick has fulfilled this role as student council president. Corey has been a member of the student council for the last 6 years here at Bagley High School. And because of her commitment and dedication, she will be awarded the Pepsi Student Scholarship in the amount of $500. An active in dance, and being named team captain for all 3 sports. Corey was inducted into the National Honor Society last year, and because of her continued devotion to excellence, she was awarded the award this year to students in academics, athletics, and the arts. Please help me welcome our first student speaker and our homecoming queen, Corey Bonnick, to the podium to accept her plaque for Student Council President and to present her speech.
Bagley High School. All of the memories that have been made here over the years are countless. I have been lucky enough to hear tons of these stories that have come from growing up in Bagley from my dad, aunt, grandparents, friends, family, old babysitters, and probably everybody here today at some point. And I couldn't be happier to meet these wonderful people as alumni with all of my own stories. It's so special to me, and I have learned so much in my time here. The volleyball, dance, and softball teams are where I have found more joy than I'd ever expected, and that's going to be one of the harder things to let go of. Thank you so much to my coaches and teammates for these once-in-a-lifetime experiences that I will cherish forever. I'm definitely going to have a tough time shutting the year up. I also have learned that I love to be busy and involved, sometimes more than I can handle, and I wouldn't be able to do these things without my family. Mom, thanks for always knowing when I do nap and always knowing what to say. Dad, thanks for always laughing at me and pushing me to be my best. Ellie, thanks for making every day interesting and being my best friend. You all, Papa, Grandma, Auntie, Uncle Mikey, Scotty, Jackson, and the rest of my family have been the best cheerleaders ever. Some big thank yous are also in order for my classmates here today. I wouldn't have these stories and memories without you. Class of 2020, each and every one of you will always hold a very special place in my heart. Thank you for playing tag and football with me at recess, for pushing me to get a higher amount of jumps in jump roping and higher test scores in biology and anatomy, for singing Old Dan Tucker around Miss Bassett's piano and giving the best concerts the elementary ever did see. Thank you for making me laugh when I needed it most and for laughing at me in my complete disorganization. And thank you for being the people who were right there with me when we first set foot in the high school, terrified we wouldn't be able to get our lockers open, just as you are now to step into this next stage of life. These last few weeks have been tough for me, my class, seniors around the world, and parents too, navigating through all these unexpected challenges. But while the ending may have been different than other classes, it still has been an amazing journey. Just because I didn't get a senior softball season, my love for the sport and the accomplishments my team has made aren't any less. My love for my class and the memories we made may be a little different than other classes, but no less important. And one thing we have that no one else can say is that we are the class of 2020. We are going down in history for being the seniors of COVID-19, and our graduation is uniquely us. I also want to say a huge thank you to this community for everything you have done to make us feel loved and celebrated. It really has made all the difference. Speaking of being remembered, I'd like to give a shout out to my classmates for the mark we left on VHS. We got the singing of the school song going again, along with a little help from Mr. Nelson. We have always been ultra competitive with our homecoming quotes and pretty much everything we do. We have had some amazing athletes and leaders that have had such a positive impact on our sports and activities teams. Can you hear that? Our classmates have played a big role in establishing one of the best media crews in the state, and so many more things that make us stand out. Looking ahead, it's weird to think that we won't have another year of all these things with my classmates as we head out into the world. I was thinking about the old saying about having big shoes to fill. And I'm excited to look back and watch our friends we're leaving behind fill our old shoes and maybe even grow them a size bigger. Meanwhile, we're going to be like little kids walking around with their dad's big shoes on and all of our big goals and dreams waiting to be fulfilled. All of you with me here today are going to do some great things. By the next all-school reunion, we're going to be all grown up, well, most of us, some with jobs, some married, some with kids even, and I'm more than excited to see where you all end up. Like my senior quote by the Oprah Winfrey says, "The biggest adventure you can take is to live the life of your dreams." And while I would love to hit the rewind button and be back in an elementary gym sitting under the parachute with you all, and have all of our school memories still ahead of us, it's time to set out on our next adventure. And just so we're all clear, this is not goodbye, strictly see you later, and we can talk more about our memories. To wrap it up Legally Blonde style, congratulations, class of 2020. We did it!
Thank you, Corey, for that marvelous speech. Our next student speaker is of honorable mention as well. She has spent countless hours contributing to her community, working with Feed Our Starving Children, blood drives, benefits, and the food shelf. She has been active in dance, volleyball, and softball. She and her team members have scored in the top 3 numerous times for her participation in the Knowledge Bowl. She has been helpful as a football and baseball manager and served on the prom committee. Her peers elected her as the senior class president this year, and she is also the recipient of the Jorgensen Family Memorial Scholarship in the amount of $500. Please help me give a warm welcome to Kennedy Grover. Kennedy, could you please come forward to receive your plaque and present your speech?
It is my pleasure to welcome students, families, and faculty to our graduation day here at Bagley High School. It is also my pleasure to welcome all of you not here in person, but in spirit or watching virtually via a live broadcast on the internet or television. Every one of you has made an impact on the graduates you see here today. Although we may not be having a traditional ceremony, it will be one to remember, just like the class of 2020. In the midst of this pandemic, I would like to take a moment to recognize and thank our healthcare workers who have been putting their lives on hold to keep us safe. Because of this pandemic, we are forced to immediately learn the life lessons that nothing is promised and that there is an uncertainty of tomorrow. Our adjustment and preparation for the future is going to require practical skills that exist beyond face-to-face and virtual classroom instruction. We have learned to be more responsible and not take anything for granted. All in all, this pandemic has taught us how to persevere through the tough times because we can see the light at the end of the tunnel. We can do this by trusting in God, being there for each other, and having a positive attitude. Graduation is something that we have all looked forward to for the last 4 years, myself included. However, as much as we've looked forward to graduating, we can't look past what has happened during those 4 years. The friends we have met, jokes we have laughed at, and the mistakes we have learned from. I would like to thank Google, Wikipedia, and Quizlet. You really know how to help a girl out. One mistake I have learned from is to not procrastinate until the last minute because it can come back to bite you in the butt. To all of my classmates who are graduating, today is for you. I would like to read a quote from Maya Angelou. I encourage you to live with life, be courageous, adventurous, give us a tomorrow more than we deserve. I chose this quote because it reminded me of what came to my head when I thought of my fellow classmates. For the class of 2020, this quote should be easy to live by. My fellow classmates have never been afraid to step out of their comfort zones, try new things, and always be adventurous. I realized this in 7th grade, when we would find a new way to prank Mr. Swagel almost every day. I would have to say our best prank was when we hid his power stick in the ceiling for a couple days and he couldn't find it. Our class may have struggled over the past 4 years, staying up all night studying for multiple tests, scrambling to finish our homework before the due dates, and balancing school, sports, work, family, and friends. But we finally made it, and all of our hard work has paid off. We can look back and know that we beat the odds that may have been stacked against us, whether it be an unforgiving past, an unfortunate experience, or any person who told us we couldn't do it. And yet, we did it. However, there have been people who have helped us along the way, whether it be a teacher, a family member, or a friend. When I look back and think about all the memories I have made at Bagley High School, one of my favorite memories was our first time making it to state and dance. On our way home, the school and community welcomed us with fire trucks and police sirens, then with food, posters, love, and support throughout our journey. Even though the state dance tournament was in the cities, the stands were still full of people from our school and community cheering for us the whole time. Another memorable moment from my high school experience is all of our crazy and fun pep fests. Our school really knows how to pump up the students and faculty, especially for a big game. I've met some amazing people throughout my time at Bagley High School, and friends that I will have for the rest of my life. I would like to thank the teachers and faculty of Bagley High School that have guided us to the next phase of our lives. But most importantly, I would like to thank my family. Thank you for always supporting me and helping me with my homework when I had no idea what I was doing, especially my brother Carson. Thank you guys for comforting me when I was having a hard time and making me look at the bright side of things, especially with the fact that my senior year got cut short because of things that were out of my control. Thank you for shaping me into the person I am today. Because of you, I am here graduating. I want to end with a quote from Steve Jobs about trusting in what lies ahead of us in life. You can't connect the dots looking forward. You can only connect them looking backwards. So you have to trust that the dots will somehow connect in your future. You have to trust in something. You've got destiny, life, karma, whatever. The approach has never let me down and has made all the difference in my life. I chose this quote because it is important to move forward from the mistakes you have made in your past and focus on doing better in the future. Let your accomplishments and mistakes mold you into the best possible version of yourself. Thank you, class of 2020, for giving me the true high school experience and helping me make lifetime friends and memories. The future holds no promises, but rather mysteries and surprises. What we have learned will prepare us for both. Congratulations and all the best of luck to the future.
Thank you, Kennedy, for that heartfelt speech. Tonight, we recognize the achievement of each and every one of the 44 graduating students. At this time, I would like to take a moment to recognize the outstanding achievements of 19 of the graduates of the class of 2020 who have been awarded the status of honor and high honor graduates. To receive the recognition of being an honor graduate, students must have maintained at least a 3.5 cumulative GPA during their high school education. Usually, I would have these students stand up during the ceremony, but these definitely are not usual times. So would each honor graduate please wave their hand outside of the window to be recognized when I read your name? Greg Abraham. Taylor Coyle. Peyton Hooterby. Maria Melbo. Tristan McCoy. Samantha Molitor. Samantha Molitor. Trey Netlin. And Lindsay Willis. Outstanding work, everyone. Please join me in congratulating these honor students. 19 students, 11 of them have earned the distinction of being high honor graduates, at least a 3.8 cumulative GPA during their high school career. Again, which each high honor graduate, please wave their hand outside of their window to be recognized when I read your name. Please wave their hand outside of their window to be recognized when I read your name. Corey Bob, Blake, Isabel Burke, Kennedy Grover, Aaliyah Nelson, and Samuel Scherzer, another 4.0. Please join me in congratulating these high honor students. At this time, I would like to invite Ms. Carol Vick, our Indian Education Director, to the podium to recognize our Native American Eagle Feather recipients.
Bonjour, good evening. My name is Carol Vick, and I'm the Indian Education Director here at Bagley Public Schools. I am an enrolled member of the White Earth Reservation. The school district received a letter from Mary Catherine Ricker, who is the Minnesota Commissioner of Education, stating, given the importance of reverence for eagles and the high honor of graduation, eagle feathers signify the traditions of achievement, leadership, courage, and wisdom. Thank you for all that you do to foster inclusive educational activities for all students and communities. I support and honor the right of American Indian students in Minnesota to practice and express their cultural, traditional, and religious beliefs, including the right to wear an eagle feather and other cultural items of significance at their graduation and achievement ceremonies. Thank you for your consideration of recognizing and honoring tribal traditions and practices. Tonight, we are celebrating the successes of our graduates. Within these graduates, we have 9 Native American students, 4 that are enrolled. As an enrolled Native American representative of the school, I am honoring 3 of these students with bald eagle feathers, as federal law states that they must be enrolled members of a federally recognized tribe in order for me to give them an eagle feather. These feathers were given them tonight, right before tonight's ceremony. The eagle feather in every Native American tribe across the country holds a special significance, being that it is given as the highest honor. Both bald and golden eagles and their feathers are considered sacred within American Indian traditions and culture. They are honored with great care and shown the deepest respect. They represent honesty, truth, majesty, strength, courage, wisdom, power, and freedom. The 3 students in alphabetical order, along with their bands and reservations, are Jacob Aganash, White Earth Reservation, J.C. Benson, Fort Peck, Assiniboine Sioux, Christy Jackson, White Earth Nation. We are so very proud of each and every one of our graduating seniors for this benchmark in their lives. Congratulations, class of 2020.
We have 44 members in total in the class of 2020. These young men and women have met the requirements for graduation participation as prescribed by the Minnesota Department of Education and by the Board of Education of Independent School District number 162. I therefore present them with the recommendation that they each be granted recognition for their attainments. Dr. Heisa, could you please come to the podium and say a few words to accept this graduating class of 2020?
Good evening, everybody. 31 years in a row, I've been attending high school graduation ceremonies. I have to say this is different. This is a first. They all pretty much look the same. And thinking back over the last 31 years, starting with my own graduation when I was your age, they all blend together. Much difference. The only thing I can remember is smaller classes, but the ceremonies all pretty much look the same. This will never be forgotten. I guarantee you will never be forgotten, the class of 2020. You know, I was thinking about commencement, as Mr. Kerr was mentioning earlier. It's to commence is to start, to begin. And there's been in the course of your short life, the last 18 years, this is the first class that graduated after 9/11. After they commenced elementary school, a few years into it was the Great Recession. And now, senior year, as you heard Corey and Kennedy say, was disrupted by this pandemic. So don't let that define you. Don't let the challenges, because life is filled with challenges. It's inevitable. You're going to face more challenges. What will define you is how you face those challenges and overcome those challenges and persevere. So that is my wish for you, the graduates of class of 2020, is to aim high, never settle for less than your best, and always persevere. Because you can do it. You've already done it. Continue on in the best way possible. So without further ado, having met the requirements for graduation participation as prescribed by the Minnesota Department of Education and the Board of Education of Independent School District number 162, I hereby accept these individuals and direct them to line their vehicles to receive their high school diploma at this time. Mr. Grover and Mrs. Foltz, please come up to the table to hand out diplomas and flowers. And Ms. Halverson, could you please come to the podium to start roll call?
Yeah. What do you need? Right, she's, um, okay, so I'll tell them to wait, yeah, okay. Brig?
Your stop sign's not up. Belinda, your stop sign.
Kylie Selma Anderson. Jacob Aganash.
Congratulations.
JC Andrew Benson.
Congratulations.
Corey Lynn Bonnet. Justice Joe Burtap.
That's my boy!
Taylor Jane Coyle. Christopher Paul Dalkey. Paul Michael Derby.
Congratulations.
Logan Paul Ingesather.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Blake Douglas Erickson.
Congratulations. Thank you.
Congratulations.
Olivia Ann Esty.
Congratulations.
Nora K. Frolick.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Shelby Lee Bowles. Taj Alessandro King Gamber.
Congratulations.
Isabel Haley Gerbrot.
Congratulations.
Destiny Ann Goebel.
Congratulations.
Kennedy Joe Grover. Cheyenne Laura Hagan.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Congratulations. Thank you.
Sarah Catherine X.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Marley Grace Morgan.
Congratulations.
Peyton Ray Hootery.
Speak how fast.
Congratulations.
Christy Lynn Jackson.
Congratulations.
Tammy Christine Keough.
Congratulations.
Samantha Jean Larson.
Congratulations.
Chase Anthony Levine.
Congratulations.
Briar David Maraska. Lucas Michael Maraska.
Congratulations.
Alexa Surrey Matheson. Tristan Michael McCoy.
Congratulations.
Maria Grace Novos.
Congratulations.
Samantha Jean Joyce Molitor.
Congratulations.
Aaliyah Deborah Nelson.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Trey Kim Nelson.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
John Lyle Ranasset.
Congratulations.
Samuel William Scherzer.
Congratulations.
Sadie Jade Spalding.
Congratulations.
Jaden Curtis Sunderland.
Congratulations.
Michaela Ann Swenson. Nikita Lynn Vincent.
Congratulations.
Hope Elizabeth Walt.
Congratulations.
Tyler David Wassel.
Congratulations.
Lindsay Renee Willis.
Congratulations.
At this time, if you are able to stand, please do so as the American Legion Color Guard retires the colors.
Straight up. This is movie time. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.